Oh, hey.
Hey.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're here. I was worried. Hi, Lily.
Hi, Ambika.
Hi, Lincoln.
Oh, I'm gonna have
So
to.
people put the look at the comments. Oh, Shama. Woohoo.
Mama.
Yeah, everybody say that you're here in comments cuz we can't see you. We can't see your lovely presence otherwise. So please just, type away there. Say hey. Let us know you're with us.
Tell us
We
what
miss you.
state you're in.
Yeah.
hmm
What state? Hi, Bodhi. Levi. Hi, everyone. Namaste, namaskaram, ram ram. How's everybody doing? New Jersey. Hello, Nicole. Let's see. Ram ram. Vermont. Hi, Jeanette. From London. Hi, Deborah from London. That's exciting.
What time is it in London?
It's late, people. It's late in London. You're up late. That's amazing. North Carolina, Celeste. Cindy is present. Yes. From outside DC. That's awesome.
Present.
Lily is, hi, Joanna. Jim from Philadelphia. Philly. I'm going to go to Philly soon, I feel. Feel it coming.
Before you go to Philly, though,
Vermont is exciting, Jeanette. What?
before you're going to Philly, you're going to Vermont.
I am going to Vermont for Bhakti Stock, everybody. So maybe Mark Mark, can you drop things in the comments? I'm not sure, but anyway, Bhakti Stock is happening next weekend in Vermont, in person kirtan with Krishnas and Nina Rao and Devadas and Shama, and we're all going to be there, and it's going to be kind of fabulous to all be together again. And it's outside, so that feels good because things are, you know, are the way they are. That's
Yeah.
what I'm going to say. And also, so Vermont is exciting indeed, Jeanette. It's very exciting.
There's gonna be such a cathartic moment happening for different people. I feel like at such different moments. Like you might be like standing in a field by yourself and just like suddenly feel like the release of like connection in person with people, or like you might be leading a kirtan suddenly just like gah. So I think it's gonna be great. So many emotions. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be
I
ridiculous.
was trying to figure out a way to come from a while ago, but the timing just didn't work. So
Yeah, I'm sad you won't be there too.
tell weird jokes and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, how's it going, Ambika? I mean, you still eating your stinky cheese? How's your cheese supply?
How's my cheese? So people, I just got back from the Netherlands, and I have a lot of cheese.
Yeah, that's true.
But I actually haven't been eating the cheese. Oh my gosh, there are these spammy comments again. Hey, Mark, you want to get rid of those?
Yeah. Spam is like a real part of my life.
I'm going to block this person. I just did it.
Great. Satya!
Oops. That's
that
not what I wanted to do. I did the wrong thing.
Say goodbye to the spammer before they go.
Sorry, we're saying goodbye to our spam. Goodbye to the spammer, just on the screen. So
Yeah.
anyway, aside from spam, which is just the way it is sometimes, I did just get back from Europe, and it was pretty wonderful there. It was kind of a great thing to be. I've never been to the Netherlands before, which is Holland. Most people are like, what do you mean Netherlands? But Netherlands is the correct way to say it, I now know. But it's Holland for most of us Americans.
Yeah.
And
You
took my, what?
You were right at home because you visited Haarlem.
I visited Haarlem, and I didn't visit Brooklyn though. Brooklyn. I can't say it. Brooklyn. I live in Brooklyn, but I didn't visit Brooklyn. Favorite. Lincoln asked for favorite coffee shop. You know, my favorite was actually sitting in Harlem outside at a cafe and drinking a beer. That was my favorite thing.
Delicious coffee.
Plus all the water.
Mm.
All the water. Everywhere the water. And the biking. The bicycling. Everywhere. Oh my God, it's amazing there.
Why is it called Harlem?
Harlem? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. It's just.
Harlem in NYC.
Oh, why is it called Harlem? Because it was named, the Dutch settled New York. So that's why we have Brooklyn, which was Brooklyn. Or I'm saying it all wrong. If Martijn were here, he would yell at me. No, he would just correct me.
So we can say it how we want to.
We can say it however we want to. Aren't you guys so interested? But anyway, yeah, the Dutch settled New York. So that's why we have Harlem here and Brooklyn and other things that are Dutch names that I didn't know until recently. Lincoln said you loved the pics. Oh, that's sweet. Beyond Spam, says Bodhi. I like that. I think that should be the title of something we do. Beyond Spam.
Or just like that period every day when I have to go in and block spammers. It's like, it's the Beyond Spam 20 minutes of the day.
Beyond Spam. I like that. That's our new. We're going to have a show. Lily and I are going to have a show, Beyond Spam.
So many shows.
That's really good. And I'm not wearing I should be wearing wooden shoes, shouldn't I? That would be fun, but no, I'm not.
Embarrassing we didn't get that together, but
I know, it's just
COVID, so I'll give it to you.
And Lily, how are things in Northern California, lovey? You said they're hot. They're hot here in Brooklyn.
It's okay. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to say it's like great or anything. It's like it's complicated. We'll leave it at that. But the good news is we haven't had, right in the Bay Area, we haven't had too many fires yet. There are really big fires in California, but they're not right here. So that's a real blessing because we like live climate change here in a pretty serious way. So it's nice. And I am by my puja for the first time because I've never had internet that worked for me to stream from my puja, which was always sad because that's where I actually do my practice. So I'm kind of excited today to have like puja. And this is the Durga that you got me that like stayed in Kenchi for a week and was like incredibly blessed by the pujari there and was like in the Durga temple. And yeah, she's really cute.
Oh my God. I love that we're seeing your puja and I'm seeing Durga. And it was really funny because, okay, so I have to tell a little story about this Durga. Yeah. So Lily was like, when you're in India, and this was quite a few years ago now, of course. And so asked for Durga. You asked for a Durga statue. And I was like, you know, those things are heavy. And I was a little like, Jesus, okay, fine. Only for Lily would I do this.
You can only ask like your best friend because it's a pain in the ass to shop for someone else in India. But I was like, no, you can get it.
And I don't know how I found her. Like it wasn't like she came, right? Like it was in this one shop and it wasn't like there were a lot of Murtis, but that she was there and I was like, that's the one. Like she's it. And then I took her to Kenchi. I'd gotten her before Kenchi. And I took her to Kenchi and I showed her to Prema. If you guys know Prema, who's like this wonderful devotee who we've spent a lot of time with in India, and she's become pretty much Indian. We all met her here in the U.S., but she spent a lot of time with Siddhima. And anyway, so she was there, and I showed her the Durga, and she was like, "Oh, she's so beautiful." And we were both like, I was like, God, I don't, you know, she was like, you sure you want to give her up, like give her to her? And I was like, well, I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, I feel like I kind of have to because I said I would. And it's probably bad karma and like bad everything not to like hoard her and keep her for myself. So anyway, so then Prema's like, yeah, you're right. And so then... So then it was like, okay, I'll give it to Lily. And then, but then Prema was like, you know, you can ask you should clean her. She was like, she's not as clean as she could be. So I didn't know that. I was like, okay. And then she was like, ask the pujari how to clean her. And she said also you can offer her in the temple. Like she can stay in the temple with the big Durga and be blessed that way. So I was like, that's amazing. So then I did that, and the pujari showed me how to clean her and like all the things I was doing wrong, and showed me how to do the things right. And so we cleaned her, and then I gave her the pujari, and he put her in the Durga temple in the back. And then when she came out, she was in the, she's tiny and the big Durga is humongous, right? And so you could kind of see her in the back, but it was really nice. I'd be like, hey there, and she stayed there for a while. And then when she came out, when he gave her to me, she was all completely like tilaked and had been like done up. So like some of it got rubbed off, but I was like, oh my God, like she was
Yeah.
supercharged. So when I gave her to you, Lily, she was like
Yeah.
full
Fully.
on.
Yeah. Yeah. And she still has like the little piece of rice and everything. Yeah. I've been like very careful with her. And
Oh.
yeah, I feel like, I don't know about you, but my puja is like really a collection of like the people I love in an interesting way, because like you got me that Durga, and she also has like a mala that you got on that same trip. I think that was like your Durga puja trip. No, it was your Guru Purnima trip. And then like the Krishna Das gave me this print of Maharaji, and like this is from my dear friends Om from India who import deity prints. And so like aside from the objects themselves, it's like very much a collection of the people I love who like, have found the things that keep me there. So it's cute.
That's beautiful. And yeah, that was actually, that trip was my last time that I saw Siddhima in the body. And so the mala was the last, like I had a bunch of malas. Like, I don't know, it occurred to me before I didn't even know if I was going to get to see her again or anything. And I bought like a whole crap load of malas. Like I just like shoved them all in a bag. And then when I did get to see her, which was like not going to happen, and there was a whole story about that, and almost didn't happen, and all kinds of drama, because that's the way it always has to be with Maharaji and Ma. And then I like just like handed her the entire bag when I did see her. Like, oh, can you bless these? And it was wild. And so she did. So those were my like those were my special gifts to people. Like I had. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny, like you don't know always like what are going to be the things that are like that there, because like on trips of mine, like I've like gotten a thing that I thought, oh yeah, but some of them kind of like slough off, or they really are meant for someone else, and it's like, oh no, this is clearly for this person. So yeah, it's kind of, there's like some things running behind the scenes when you're like getting stuff at the temple and whatnot. It's good.
Yeah, and I love all your stories of who gave you what on your puja. My puja is, yeah, I have many things from many gifts, like because this I think this one. Let's just I'm gonna show this one. Can we see it? Like there's a glare. Jesus. Okay,
Yeah.
this picture of Siddhima is the first picture I was ever given of Siddhima. And this was given to me by Sadhu Ma, who was a devotee from Taos, who loved Ma very much, who passed away quite a few years ago now. And she she secreted this to me. So this is, I mean, I love all the pictures, but this one is a very special one to me because it was the very first, and it's been with me all those years.
Did you get it like before you met her?
No, I got it right the first time I met her. Like that first trip when I first met her in 1998 in Kenchi. And Sadhuma gave a copy of this one to me and one to Nina. We were together. And she gave us another copy of all this other, I don't have that picture where I can get it, but there's a really sweet picture of Siddhima and Jivantima and all the mothers at that time, like all in their white saris, all the devotees who like hung out, all the mas. And so she gave us those two pictures, like really sweet. And I think Sadhu Ma is in the one. She's in the one with all the mas. And she was really great because she was like a total budmash. And if you all don't know that term, but that's like you're bad, but you're not, but you're good at heart, but you can't help it. You're just like a mess, and you're
Misbehaving. You're misbehaving.
but you're a little naughty. You're a little bad. You're a little, but you're good. But you're really good. She was that through and through, like total budmash, always misbehaving, but like so loving, like so much intense love for Ma, and so sweet and generous. Like she would go like give flowers every morning to the guy, to the kirtan wallas and to certain people. Like she would get up early and give flowers to them. Like she would do these really sweet, lovely things just because.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was like introduced to the idea of having an altar really from my mom. And like, you know, a lot of us have, we call it a puja, but I'm like just a really big fan of like, I have little altars all over my house, but I have a lot of memories from a pretty young age of my mom like sitting at a space that was like her dedicated altar. And so I always like to encourage people to like make an altar of their own, which is just like the things that make you feel like you. And you know, in India, that there's like, you know, this sort of lineage of having these like temples and murtis that are, when you do certain practices, are considered like living embodiments of deities. But you can install that in anything if you like put your mind there. And the way you can like I have a rock like like this is a rock from Ram Dass's house. And like I really like to have something that's like from the location of places that are important to me, because the way that like the juice from a place will kind of get drawn into the earth itself. And like in this little thing here, I've got like 11 rocks that you got for me at Kenchi. Like there's something about that. So like get your rocks, you know, you can, you can get all your special rocks. You're going to be so happy. And then when you're having a shitty day, you put them in your pocket and then, you know, you're all set.
You gotta have your, I always have some, I have my Kenchi rocks.
Yeah.
I got my Kenchi rocks. And actually this is from, let's see, we're just going to share our pujas today. This is a rock from, this is black onyx from Keturah. Our dear friend Keturah gave me this for like good luck or, you know, say like protection, I think. And then it's ended up on it's now on my altar.
Yeah. And I think we definitely need to use our rocks at this time in life, because like we need all the help we can get. So if you have a fucking rock that reminds you of like a moment when you felt free and liberated, like, yes, bring that rock with you and like carry it around, because like liberation is possible.
all of the fucking rocks. Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna rock my way through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great advice. All right, so do you want to start us off with the Bajrang Ban, and I'm going to get out of here?
Yeah. I'm gonna sing Bajrang Ban.
Okay. I'll see you later.
I'll see you later.
Bye.
So now you can really see the puja. So Bajrang Ban is what my dear friend Archit always called the 911 to Maharaji. Like if the Hanuman Chalisa is like calling, the Bajrang Ban is like calling. And so it's in the Pratna book for those of you who have it, and I'm gonna sing it, and I'll read it afterwards so you kind of know the meaning. But seashells, please, definitely seashells. So yeah, before I sing this, I just want to say, like, I think it's easy to forget, like if you're having like a rough time or you're like going through a thing, like you can really like take on practices to like support you. So I'll do a thing where if I'm like going through a period of time that's like I know is going to be really difficult, or if I have to like go through a transition, like I'm moving or something like that, I'll take on practices specific to that period of time to kind of bolster me. And Bajrang Ban is one that I do that with, where, so you could say if you know like something is coming, or you're just like having a moment in time where you feel really, you know, like not enough support or whatever, you can do the Hanuman Chalisa for 7 days, or you can do it for a month or 40 days. So, and then like the energetics of those kind of give you a different kind of container. So that's how I use the Bajrang Ban. It's like medicinal. I don't use it as an everyday unless I'm like really in the shits for a long time, or, you know, maybe a epidemic, like a worldwide global epidemic. Nishchai prema pratiti te vinaya kare sanuma teheke karaj sakala shubha siddha kare Hanuman siddha kare Hanuman siyavara Ramachandra parajay sharanam jaya Hanumanta santa hitakare sunali jay prabhu vinaya hamare janake kaj balam vanakije atura dore mahasukadij jaise kuri sindhu mai para surasa badana peta vishtar age jaya lankani roka maravula tagai suraloka jay vibhishana kosukadina sita nirki parama paralina paga ujari sindhu mahavora atiyatu yamakaturatur akshay kumar kumar sahara lumalupe kalanka kojar lahasamana lanka jaragai jaya jaya duni surapura nalabai abhavalambike karana swami kripa karamuru antarayami jaya jaya lankana prana ke data atura hoy dukha karagune pata jay giridhari jay jay sukha sagar sura samuha samurata vatanaga hanu 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 hanumanta tile mere hi maru bajra ke kir tada bajra le mere hi maru maharaj prabhu das ubar omkara humka mahaprabhu dav vajra gadana vilambana lao Om ring 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 Hanumanta kapisha Hom 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 Hanu uri urashisha Satya ho hara shapata payake Ramaduta dharamara jayake Jai 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 Hanumanta agada Duka pavata janake aparada Puja japa tapa nema achara Ne janata kashudasa tumara Vana upavana magagiriga mai tumare baladar har tumare balar dar patanai pamya paro har jore manao ye avasar avake gorara jay anjani kumara balavanta shangara suna bira hanumanta padana karala kala kulagala karama sahaya sudapati Bhuta preta pisachana sacharagani baitala kala mari mari ne mara to shapata ramaki rakunat mayar namaki janaka sutta haridasa kahavo taki shapata balambana lavo jay 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 duni hotu akash sumarata hoidu sadhu kanasha Charana sharana kara jori manao ye avasar avake gorarao uta uta chao toi rama dohai paya paro kara jori manai cham 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 chapala chalantana anu 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 manta hang 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 kadeta kapichancha sam sam sami parane kalada apne jana ko turtu varo sumarata hoya nanda maro ubajarang bana je mar chai kaho bar kone kubar baat kare bajarang bana ki hanumat raksh kare pran ki yo bajarang bana jo jape tete bhut pret sab kampe रूप दे और जपे हमेशा ताके तन न रहे कलेश प्रेम पतित ही कपि बजे सारा डरे अभियान tehके कारज सकल शुभ सिद्ध करे हनुमान सिद्ध करे हनुमान सियावर Sitaram, Jai Sitaram, 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 Sitaram, Jai Sitaram. Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Mangalamurti Maratanandana Sakala Mangalamurikam, Mangalamurti Maratananda Sakala Mangalamurikam. So I'll just read the English of this. Those devotees who recite these verses with love and unwavering faith have all their benign desires fulfilled by Hanuman. Hail to the refuge of the feet of Sita's husband, Ramachandra. Glory to Hanuman, the benefactor of saints. Please listen to our prayer. Do not delay in doing the work of your devotees. Please rush to do it and give us immense peace. Come running in the same manner as you leapt across the ocean, entered and then emerged from the expanded mouth of Sarasa, who tried to obstruct your path. And on landing in Lanka, sent the demoness Lankini to the heavenly abode by kicking her to death when she tried to prevent you from entering the city. There you went and gave pleasure to Vibhishan by meeting him, and attained the supreme position of being loved by Sri Ram due to Sita's merciful benediction. Then you laid waste the Ashoka Grove and dumped the trees in the ocean, symbolically breaking the knife of Yama, the god of death. You killed Akshay Kumar, son of Ravana, and burnt Lanka with your tail, which was wrapped in oil-drenched rags and set on fire at the instructions of Ravana. Lanka was burnt like Lak, and the heavens were filled by the sound of Hail to Hanuman's glory. Why are you delaying now, my lord? You know what resides in the minds of your devotees, so have mercy on me. Glory to you who restored the life of Lakshman. Dispel my fears expeditiously. Hail to the mountain bearer. You are an ocean of happiness, wisest among gods, and most skillful. O you of abominable spirit, kill thy enemies, lust, anger, greed, as if they were nailed by the strike of a thunderbolt. O Lord, relieve your servant by hitting the enemies with your mace, as if it were a thunderbolt. Saying the thundering sound of Om, challenge the enemies and crush them with your mace. O Hanuman, Lord of the monkeys, I invoke you with the tantric call of Om Hring 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 and Om Hum Hum Hum. Strike the enemy in the chest and head. I say an oath in the name of Hari that all I say is the truth. O messenger Sri Ram, rush to attack the enemy at once. Glory to you, O Hanuman, the fathomless. Due to which offense is your devotee suffering so much? This servant of yours knows nothing of worship, sacred mantras, penance, or the discipline of rituals and virtuous acts. Relying on your strength, I have no fear anywhere, whether in the forest, garden, mountains, on the road, or in the house. I fall at your feet and entreat you with folded hands to accomplish my work. For whom else shall I call at this hour? Hail, Hanuman, the all-powerful son of Anjani and the brave son of Shiva. You have a fierce and terrifying body and are the slayer of even the god of death's minions. You are always by the side of Sri Ram and are the benefactor of all. Slay all evil spirits, ghosts, spirits, hobgoblins, demons, fire, vampires, and calamities, and epidemics. Kill all of them in the name of Lord Sri Ram, thereby maintaining the sanctity and propriety of the holy name. You are the servant of Sri Ram and Mother Sita. I implore you in their names, make no delay. The sky is reverberating with the sound of your glories being sung by the gods, the mere remembrance of which dispels all sorrows. I have come to take refuge at your feet. I plead with you. Who else shall I call for help in this time of urgent need? Get up, come along. I urge you with folded hands to swing into action to protect me. I call upon you, O nimble-footed Hanuman, with the tantric call of Om Cha 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 and Om Hanu 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 Hanu. Strike swiftly like lightning. O Hanuman, you are swift. Whenever the monkeys roar, the crowd of evildoers flee in terror. Save this devotee of yours immediately. I get immense pleasure remembering you. Who can save anyone who is attacked with the arrow of Bajranban? Literally meaning an arrow as strong as a thunderbolt. Those who recite these verses of Bajranban are protected for life by Hanuman. Even ghosts and evil spirits tremble out of fear of those who chant this Bajranban. Those who wave incense sticks in front of you and chant your holy name are always free from bodily torments of all kinds. Those who chant Hanuman's holy name with faith, devotion, and love, and always remember him in their hearts, are sure to have all their desires fulfilled by Hanuman. Hail to the refuge of the feet of Sita's husband Ramachandra. Son of the wind, you are as strong as your father in a storehouse of intelligence, discretion, and spiritual wisdom. What undertaking in this world is too difficult for you to accomplish, O revered one? Son of the wind, embodiment of blessings, you destroy the root of all that is inauspicious. Okay, so Ambika's gonna come on and do more of the singing. Is there anything you want to say about Bajranban? Because you're one of the few people who really undertakes this as a regular practice.
So, I mean, you said I love that you read the translation, and even in the when you're reading it, you could hear when Lily was saying it's a tantric. There's tantra in here, and what that means is there are these bija mantras, so like hung 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 and ring 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 and hanu hanu hanu, and the bija mantras or the seed mantras. They're very powerful. And Siddhima said that for this one, when she gave me this prayer to do, I was having a hard time in my life, and she said, this is what you need to do. But then she started to give it to all of us. Like, she started to ask all of us to do the Bajrangban, and she said, you know, this is, it's very forceful, like, and you can hear it in the words, like, you're demanding. You're like, you need to come here now. It's not like, oh, yeah, I love you, you're so gracious. It's like, no, get over here, you know, like that's, and so it's this very direct, powerful prayer, and it has this tantra in it. And I, you know, I had friends who were Indian friends who were like, oh, we don't touch that prayer, it's tantric. It's kind of like tantra is sort of, some people think of tantra as like kind of witchcrafty, I think a little bit. That was the vibe I got. Like they were like, oh, we don't mess with that, it's too dangerous, powerful. But Sindhima, if she gives it to me, I'm not questioning it, right? And I've found that she gave it to me as a practice, and it's my daily morning prayer. And I do it every morning. I read it. I don't chant it. I'll like read it out loud. Like I'll recite it while I read the meaning. And she said it was the pronunciation for this one is important because of those Bij mantras for it to really have the power. And she also said, you know, the more you mean it, the better, you know, the more your intention is there.
Yeah, the
And
Hanuman Chalisa is like a little more casual. You can be like, you know, doing it wherever. This is like more serious and focused, and you want like,
yeah,
more attention behind it.
yeah, it's kind of, yeah, it's more weighty a little bit. And so you want to make sure you're really with it the right way. But that said, it's my morning practice. It's what I do every morning. So am I always or ever really concentrate? You know what I mean? Like my concentration comes and goes. I want to just say like vastly. But I do remember her, what she said about it, her instruction and how powerful it is. And it really is a great one to do. Like the Hanuman Chalisa, it's a great prayer to do when you're feeling like you really need some help and some power. And so for me, this one's even more so. But I kind of interchange them in that way. But Hanuman Chalisa, Siddhima would say, was like a heart opening, more of a heart opening. And this was more of a like, go get what you want and need. Like, get it. You know, ask for it. Very like that kind of energy.
Yeah, and there's a couple recordings of it for people who are
Yep.
wanting to hear it. A really nice one is Krishnadas recording that's very simple. It's just harmonium and flute and him singing it. That's usually the one I recommend if you're trying to learn the pronunciation. But there's also a recording of KK doing it, which I think that album is actually, I don't think it's on Spotify. I think you'd have to like get a CD of it, and like the Taos Ashram sells it, and I think that Love Serve Remembers is now selling those. So, and that's like a beautiful version of it too, KK, but it's like very, it's like not Western, you know, it's like, he doesn't have like beautiful timbre or anything like that, but it's like pure Bhav. So those are both like great examples and very different versions of it.
Jeanette asked which album of KD's. It's on the Kirtan Wala album, that one. And also, I want to say there's another version of it that I love that I've listened to that's more sort of musical, I want to say, from Pandit Jasraj.
Yeah.
And that's, I listened to that long ago before anybody else had a recording. So when I first learned it, Nina sent that one to me. And I do.
Know what album of his it is?
I don't remember what album it is. But I'm sure if you look up Pandit Jasraj and Bajrang Ban, you could probably find it.
Shama's saying that the KK album that it's on is streaming on Amazon Music. So
Oh, that's a good one.
places. Yeah. So
there's places to find this.
Yeah, and if you're like intimidated to learn a whole new thing and that's like not your thing, you could also just read it every day or listen to it and like follow along with the words. Like that counts. There's different ways to kind of like bring it in. If, you know, singing is not so much your thing, you could do that kind of thing. So, yeah.
Yeah. I would say with this one, like for sure, it does matter though, like the versions we've just said about, like be careful. I would say not to be timid, but to be careful about the version you're doing it with, right? So
Yeah.
Pandit Jasraj's version is good and authentic. KD's is wonderful, and also the pronunciation is good there, and of course KK's. So I wouldn't, you know, if you heard it from someone else and you weren't sure, I would be more careful about that, right? I would want to make sure my source was, for this one, I'd want to make sure my source was good.
Yeah. So one day we're going to do our Vajramban workshop we've talked about for a million years.
Yeah, we need to do that. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so you're going to sing now.
Yeah, I guess I am.
Yeah. I would
And
sing longer, but I injured my foot, and so I can't sit for long. It's a little hard to like walk around with the laptop streaming.
Aww.
Rocks in my pocket.
With your rocks. Lily's got her
I gotta
rocks.
bring my rocks, it's a thing.
It's a lot. It's a lot to carry. But yeah, I'm sorry you can't stay longer with us tonight, but I'm really happy you came and did the Banjarangban. That was, it was a treat for all of us. I love it. So it's so good to just, always so good. So thanks.
And I have one more question before I evaporate. Are you doing one of your conversations on practice sometime soon? Like what's happening there?
Oh, that's a good question. I took a hiatus because I was traveling in the summer and it just felt like too hard to sort of coordinate. So for conversations on practice, my thought is to continue it in September, like end of September. So stay tuned for that.
Keep an eye out, yeah. Maybe Angela. Maybe it's time for Angela.
We did one with Angela.
Oh, you did? I thought you had to. Oh, yes. Well, that's how fucked up I've been.
Yeah, we did one with Angela. It was great. She was fabulous. Shama said, oops, wrong album. That album of KK's isn't on Amazon Music. Okay, you keep us posted, Shama. You can just keep putting it in the chat there. And Bodhi posted the lyrics. Yeah, the lyrics are on Katie's site too. He has all the lyrics. So that's nice. His version is slightly different than the version we do. We do there are a couple of different versions. They're all great. As far as I know, his version is great. His is the one that I learned from KK too, but the one in the Pratna book was like the final one that Siddhima was like, yeah, this one. So
yeah, the different versions, there's like a few lines that are
it's very subtle.
90% the same. So 92%.
Yeah, they're small. It's like one word here or there swapped out or said differently. It's not.
Yeah. Shama's on it. Great.
Shama's on it. So really, thank you, Lily. I love you and I miss you.
I miss you. Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay, so I think we're gonna do some. Yeah, Davy, if I can see my cheat sheet. I can almost see it. This is from the Durga Stuti, and this is like a part of the Durga Stuti, and it's Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu, and it's I'm bowing down to the goddess again and again in different forms. So in the form of hunger, in the form of sleep, in the form of faith, in the form of love, in the form of peace. And I love this prayer. I learned this from Manorama, my Sanskrit teacher back in the day, back in the 90s at Jivamukti. And then they do it in Kenchi. They do the full prayer, the Durga Stuti, and I would recite it there and sing it there. And I love that it's the goddess in all her forms. And I had a teacher, Venu Shama, who said that this is the goddess as she is right now. We're praying to her as she is right here, right now, which I also really love. So this is also in the Kenchi prayer book. And I'm going to hope I can see my cheat sheet so I can remember which comes when, which form comes when, right? Shanti or Lakshmi or abundance or, So let's Om and then we'll sing. I'll sing this and you can sing along if you have the words. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Vishnu Mayeti Shabdita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Chaitanyabhidiyate Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Buddhirupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Nidrarupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha Shri Maje Maje Jema Shri Maje Maje Jema Shri Maje Maje Jema Shri Maje Maje Jema Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shuddharupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Chayarupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Trishna Rupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Kshanti Rupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Jati Rupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha Shri Maje Maje Jema Shri Maje Maje Jema Shri Maje Maje Jema Shri Maje Maje Jema Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Lajjarupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Sanstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shraddharupena Sanstita Namastasye, 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 namo namaha. Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu kanti rupena sanstita. Namastasye, 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 namo namaha. Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu Lakshmi rupena sanstita. Namastasye, 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 namo namaha. Shri Maje Maje Jema, Shri Maje Maje Jema, Shri Maje Maje Jema, Shri Maje Maje Jema. Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu vritti rupena sanstita. Namastasye, 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 namo namaha. Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu smriti rupena sanstita. Namastasye, 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 namo namaha. Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu dayarupena sanstita. Namastasye, 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 namo namaha. Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu tushti rupena sanstita. Namastasye, 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 namo namaha. Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu matra rupena sanstita. Namastasye, 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 namo namaha. Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu pranti rupena sanstita. Namastasye, 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 namo namaha. Shri Maje Maje Jema, 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 Shri Maje So, I see that Mark posted for me on my behalf our link for the suggested donations tonight. So we always sort of just make a suggestion if you want to donate to the Kirtan. We pay it forward to an organization that we like the work they're doing. So tonight I would... I was thinking of this food fridge that they're raising money for. There's a Patreon, this link to this food fridge in Albany. And it's run by this woman, Jamela, who's a yogi. And she's pretty great, and it keeps expanding. Like they've got more and more locations, and she's really, she herself is Black, and she's really advocating for the Black community in Albany, and doing great work, the great work of feeding people who don't have food. And, you know, food fridges are a really great thing that's popped up. We have one here in Brooklyn near me. I mean, I think we have several, and there are many in different places. And I really love it because you can just put food in the fridge. Like, what, you know, you could bake some muffins and stick them in the fridge, and people will go there who need food and get them. Or you can buy extra fruits and vegetables, whatever you want. And it's such a great, simple way to feed people who don't have access to good food, or don't have the money for so many reasons. So, and there's no, like, you don't have to get food stamps. You don't have to go through the whole, like, oh, feeling ashamed thing because I don't have enough money, or, you know, any of that. There's no stigma attached to it. Like, you just, it's the food fridges for everybody. You put food in, you take food out. You're hungry, you go get food. So, and she's got several of them going now. So, and she's been doing some great work in the community. So, that's the donation link. And also, just before I chant some more, I do want to say that we are not having a kirtan here on Brooklyn Kirtan Collective next Friday because we'll all be in Vermont at Bhakti Stock. So if you can come to Vermont and join us in person at Bhakti Stock, please do. And otherwise, next Friday we just won't have one. So the following Friday we'll be back with Kirtan, and every Friday after that for till I don't know when. We're going to stay online. We thought we could go back to in-person in September. That was the hope. But as you all know, things have shifted again with the pandemic and with the Delta variant, and it doesn't really feel like, even though we're doing this in-person event in Vermont, that's outdoors. So I don't think going back to singing indoors is going to happen in the fall anyway. So let's stay tuned for more things. How are you all doing? I see a happy birthday to Linda Rothman. So happy birthday, Linda. That's lovely. And I see a comment about Wi-Fi with a question mark, and I'm not sure what that's about. Is everything sounding okay to you guys? Like, is the sound good? Is the balance good? Is everything working? Let me know. And then I'll just start doing the next chant. Volume is a little low when talking, so is this better? Singing is good, I hear. Okay. Is this better for talking? You would love to participate in the upcoming event. Mark, can you post the link to Bhakti Stock again in the chat there? And glad the sound is better now. Thanks, everyone. Thank you all. Thank you, everyone. It's really good. I'm so happy you're here, Linda. And all of you. So let's do some more chanting, because that's what we're here to do. Although, of course, I can talk more about Bajrang Ban and Ya Devi and all the chants. And somebody said shells, can the seashells. And so so this is my little cup of how I count my Bajrang Bans in the morning, just so you know. And so I have in here, I have rocks from Kenchiram, which was and then also I have in here some shells. I just dropped a rock. Well, I'll have to find it. But I have some shells here, little tiny shells that Nina gave me when I said I was propitiating Lakshmi. She said to propitiate Lakshmi. These shells are good. So I have shells and rocks from Kenchi. So that's a little more of the puja story. And I'm a little worried that the rock just fell into my harmonium, which is possible. So I'm just going to do a little look-see. Sorry for that sound. No, we're good. It doesn't seem to be in the harmonium, so that's good. So I'll find it. It's somewhere here. Okay. So maybe we'll do... hi, Sandra. Wow, I haven't seen you in ages. Okay, so... maybe we should do some Maha Mantra now. Maybe it's time for the Maha Mantra. What do you think? Yes? We up for Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I really wish you guys could talk back to me. Like, I like the comments, but time for Maha Mantra. THYME. Nice, Bodhi. But I'm appreciating the comments, so keep them coming. It's nice to feel your presence. Really nice. Sorry. A little clumsy. Okay. Maha Mantra. One of the melodies I learned in Kenchi from the Kirtan Wallas there. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Found the rock. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Radhe Radhe Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I'm reading this comment from Yehoshua. I remember when I was at Shivananda in Kerala, India, right before the pandemic began here in the West. And I remember the Maha Mantra always played there over the speakers as we were walking to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I just remember how much love I felt during one of the meals, so much that tears just started to fall from my eyes. The Maha Mantra holds a special place in my heart. That's a beautiful story and memory. And it holds a special place in my heart as well. In Kenchidam, which is Neem Karoli Baba's ashram in the foothills of the Himalayas, for those of you who don't know, in northern India. When the temple opens, the temple in Kenchidam opens in the spring through the fall when it closes, because it's cold there, so it closes for the winter. But they have these kirtan wallas who sing the Maha Mantra from 5 a.m. until 10 p.m. at night. And so it's playing all the time, and different melodies. And that melody that I just sang was the first melody I kind of fell in love with. And that's my version of it. They did a more complex version, I want to say, but I love that melody, and really I just it really does take you to sort of, that mantra can, and all mantras can really transport you sort of to another relationship with being present, so you just feel, especially if you chant over and over and over, you're really steeped in it, and your experience, or at least my experience, changes of being, of just living and being in this body, in this world, changes immensely when I'm chanting a lot. I am more expansive, I am freer, I am more I think more, I wanted to say more grounded, which I am in a kind of a way. And my heart opens, right? Which is why we chant, to really connect to each other in that way, to really come into the presence of the divine in ourselves, in each other, in the chant, in the air, in the trees, in the flowers, in the ground, in the soil. I think we'll do, let's do Hanuman Chalisa now, yeah? I'm not sure I'll go till 9. I'm still a little tired as it gets to the evening time. I'm pretty much back to Eastern Standard Time here, but after being in Europe, I'm still a little tired at night. So let's do a Chalisa and then we'll see if how much energy I have left. I don't know if if Deborah from London is still here or if you've gone to sleep. That's the time zone I was in. Okay, so before we do Hanuman Chalisa, I'm going to give the Hanuman Chalisa spiel in case you're new here to Brooklyn Kirtan Collective, to the Hanuman Chalisa. So Hanuman Chalisa is, we did the prayer, the Bajrang Ban to Hanuman. This is another prayer to Hanuman, one more people in our community know. And this is 40 verses in praise of Lord Hanuman. We're reminding Hanuman of all his powers, of who he truly is and what he's truly capable of. Because the legend goes, the story is that Hanuman, who has great powers, he's the hero in the story of the Ramayana, and he finds Sita, who's been taken from Ram, and he vanquishes the demons. And he jumps over the ocean, and he can carry mountains, and he does all this in service to Lord Ram, who he loves infinitely. So he's never thinking of himself. He's just only about love and serving Ram and Sita. And he has these great powers, right? But he's forgotten them because in the legend, in the myth, the story goes that Hanuman, when he was a baby monkey, he was juggling the rishis. These are these wise sages. They didn't like being juggled. He was just playing. They didn't appreciate it. They cursed him that he would forget his powers until reminded. So this was written by the Tulsidas, who wrote a version of the Ramayana as well called the Ramcharitmanas. And so we're reminding in this prayer Hanuman of his powers, of who he truly is and what he's truly capable of. And we are, of course, reminding ourselves who we truly are and what we're truly capable of, which is much more than we realize most of the time. We are vaster and deeper and more loving than we remember often, and capable of so much more than we sometimes think we are, in the best way. And Bodhi wrote here, when he's separate, that's when he serves. When he remembers, he and Ram merge of Hanuman. That's a beautiful, I love that phrase. And that's true. That's the truth of Hanuman. And that's ultimately the truth of all of us, if we want it to be. When we're separate, we serve. That's why, food fridges are a nice idea. Things like that. And when we remember, we're one with the divine. We're not separate. So, and Siddhima, who would ask us to sing Hanuman Chalisas all the time, she would say that chanting the Hanuman Chalisa has the power to make the impossible possible. So that's also worth doing. And remembering that we have that power in some ways right within us. So especially when things are scary, which, things have been kind of scary in the world for quite some time now. And we've suffered a lot of loss. And so it's good to have this kind of refuge. The Hanuman Chalisa has long been my refuge. Chanting is my refuge. And for many of us, it's our refuge. So we'll chant Hanuman Chalisa and then we'll sing Sri Ram Jai Ram. And Jai Gurudev, Jai Jai Gurudev, victory to the Guru. And Shri Ma Jai Ma, because always I'm singing to Ma. Always, 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 always. Or that's my aspiration. I haven't done this melody in a while, so I'll do this one. Oh, thank you. Mark put a link in the chat to Nina's. Nina Rao has this on her website. Oh, I gotta remember how to play this one. I came up with this melody early on in the pandemic when I was just sort of chanting a lot in those early days, just sitting and chanting at my puja a lot. Like so many, I was unemployed and I was, and inside, just doing a lot of prayer. Mangalamurati Marutanandan Sakala Mangalamulani Kandan Mangalamurati Marutanandan Sakala Mangalamulani Kandan Shri Guru Charana Sarojaraja Nijman Makuru Sudari Paranaragum Parabhimalajasu Jodayakupalachari Buddhihina Tanujanike Sumiram Pavanakumara Palabuddhi Vidya Devamohi Araukalesha Vikarasya Pararamachandra Padaje Sharanam Jai Anumana Jnana Gunasagar Jai Kapishati Hulokal Jaga Ramadutta Tulita Baladama Anjani Putra Pavana Sutanama Mahabhira Vikrama Bhajarangi Kumati Nivara Sumati Ke Sangi Kanchana Bharana Biraja Sumbesa Kanana Kundala Kunchita Kesa Hatam Bhadra Ordvaja Biraje Kande Munja Jane Usaje Shankara Suvana Kesari Nandan Teja Pratapa Mahajagavandan Vinyavana Guniyati Chatu Ramakaja Karibeko Atu Prabhuchari Trasuni Beko Rasiya Ramalakana Sita Manapasiya Sukshamarupadari Siya Indikava Vikacharupadari Lanka Jarava Bhimarupadari Asura Sahare Ramachandra ji ke kaj sanware. Laya Sajivana Lakana Jiyai Shri Raghubira Harashi Uralai Raghupati Kini Bahut Badai Tuma Mama Priya Bharatai Samabai Sahasambadana Tumaro Jasakave Sakai Shri Pati Kanta Lagave Sanikadika Brahmadi Munisa Narada Sharada Sahitaisa Yamakubera Digapala Jahante Kaviko Bidakai Sakai Kahante Tuma Upakara Sugriva Ikina Rama Milaya Rajapadatina Tumaro Mantra Vibhishanamana Lankeshwara Bhai Sabajagajana Yuga Sahasranjo Jana Parapanu Lilyotahi Madhura Palajanu Prabhu Mudrika Meli Mukamai Jalari Langi Gaya Charajanai Durga Makaja Jagat Kejete Sugama Anugrah Tumare Tete Ramaduare Tumarakavare Otanagya Binu Pesare Sabasukalahe Tumari Sharana Tumarakshakakahu Kodarana Apana Tejasamaro Ape Tina Huloka Hangaten Kampe Buddha Pishachani Katanayave Mahabira Jabanama Snave Naseroga Hare Sabapira Japatani Rantara Hanumatabira Sangata Se Hanumana Churave Manakrama Bachana Dhyana Jolave Savapara Tapasviraja Tina Ke Kaja Sakala Tumasaja Oram Manorata Joko Ilave Soyamita Jivana Palapave Charon Yuga Paratapa Tumara He Parasiddha Jagata Ujiyara Sadhu Santake Tumarakavare Hotanagya Binu Pesare Sabasukalahe Tumari Sharana Tumarakshakakahu Kodarana Aparate Jasamaro Ape Tina Huloka Hankaten Kampe Buddha Pistachani Katanayave Mahabira Jabanama Sinave Naseroga Hare Sabapira Japatani Rantara Hanumatabira Sangata Se Hanumana Churave Manakama Bachana Dhyana Jolave Sabaparama Tapasviraja Tina Ke Kaja Sakala Tumasaja Charon Yuga Paratapa Tumara He Parasiddha Sakata Ujiyara Sadhu Santa Ke Tumarakavare Asarani Kandana Rama Dulare Ashta Siddhinani Dike Data Subharadina Janaki Mata Rama Rasayana Tumare Pasa Sandara Raghupati Ke Dasa Tumare Bhajana Rama Chikompave Janama Janama Ke Duka Bisarave Antakala Raghubara Purajai Jajanna Hari Bhakta Kahai Ora Devata Chetana Darai Hanumata Se Sarva Sukha Karai Sangata Kate Nite Sabapira Jasumire Hanumata Balabira Jai 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 Hanumana Gosai, Kripa Karo Gurudeva Kinai, Justa Parapata Karakoi, Jutai Bandi Mahasukoi, Joya Bade Hanumana Chalisa, Hoesidi Saki Gaurisa, Tulsi Dasa Sadari Chera, Kije Natardai Mahadera, Pavanatanaya Sankatarana, Mangalamurati Rupa, Ramalakana Sita Saita, Hridaya Basau Surabhupasya, Hare Ramachandra Padaje Sharanam, Mangalamurati Marutananda, Sakalam Mangalamulani Kandan, Mangalamurati Marutananda, Sakalam Mangalamulani Kandan, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, 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 Sitaram 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 Sitaram, Shri Ma Jai Ma Jai Jai Ma, 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 Jai Gurudev Jai Jai Gurudev, 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, 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 Sitaram 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 Sitaram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, 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 Sitaram 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 Sitaram. So Percy just wrote, the Chalisa grows deeper each time I sing it. Let's all go deeper together. Jai Siya Ram, Jai Jai Hanuman. And hi Shana, I see you there. It's lovely to feel you, see you a little bit, be with you virtually. So, I think the last couple of things I'm going to say before we end the evening, just that, part of being on this path, on having a spiritual practice, I think one of the most important aspects is how you are in the world with it. I mean, how you are in the world with other people. How are you treating your fellow humans and other beings, right? Are you taking care of others? Are you taking care of yourself and others? And I think being good to each other, being kind is important. And right now especially, there's a lot of fear and a lot of anger, and understandably. And if we can take care of each other, if we can be kind, if we can, really try to just hold each other, hold space for each other, goes a long way. It's a big deal. So I hope you're able to do that for each other and for yourselves. And a reminder that next week, next Friday, we won't have Kirtan on the Brooklyn Kirtan Collective page on Facebook. We're taking 1 week off to be in Vermont in person at Bhakti Stock and sing together in person. And then we'll be back the following Friday. And I think that's it for announcements, other than, if you want to give to the food fridge, please do, or give to another organization if you have the means. And we'll see you the week after next with Satya and Shama for the 27th. Thank you, Mark, for posting that. So take care, be good to each other. Let's Om. We forgot to Om in the beginning, right? I said we would and we didn't. So let's Om and do a little closing, and then I'll wish you all sweet dreams. Nicole, your first time joining. Oh, I'm happy you joined us. Welcome. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and peaceful. May all beings be healthy and strong. May all beings be safe and protected. May all beings live with ease. And I want to also say thank you to Lily for joining us with the Bajrang Ban, and to Mark for always helping us in the background with the tech and holding space here. So I love my Brooklyn Kirtan Collective people. I'm really grateful to you all for this space. Thank you. And I'm going to say goodnight now. So, Mark, you can end the live stream, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. And some of you I'll see at Bhakti Stock in Vermont. Be well, everybody. Ram Ram.